Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. It's Lane here with MetaShackle. I just want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. I'm sure it's been a fantastic time for those of you who've invested in the right cryptocurrencies. We're all just sitting back counting the stacks of Benjamins like crazy. This is just a little meme that I made, which is kind of a play on the Ripple logo, which I thought was kind of funny. I don't really smoke cannabis or anything anymore. I did back in the day for quite some time, really, and I rarely drink, but I am celebrating the new year with a nice Bloody Mary, and it is quite delicious and spicy. So anyways, let's get into this. There's been a lot of stuff coming out lately talking about how these quantum computers are threatening the current cryptography of crypto wallets. And one thing that you need to know is there's currently not a quantum computer on planet Earth that can crack the right cold storage wallet, especially if you are using a passphrase. Now, if you're going to use a passphrase, you want to use one that's between 20 and 30 characters. And I personally use Ledger. I like it the most. I own quite a few different cold storage wallets, and I split my cryptos up between them. So just in case one of them ever gets compromised, it diversifies my chances of not losing all my crypto at one go. But one thing I would recommend is getting a Ledger. And if you use this coupon code right now, you can get $40 in Bitcoin if you get a Ledger Nano X. And the wallet that I much prefer is the Ledger Nano S Plus. I think this is a lot better. It doesn't have Bluetooth, which for me, I actually prefer to not have the Bluetooth because I think it could be vulnerable to attacks under certain situations. And if you buy one of these using my coupon code, you get $30 in Bitcoin with your purchase. Just make sure that if you do buy one of these wallets and you buy it directly from the manufacturer, do not try to save any money and buy these on Amazon or any other party that could have compromised the wallet. Now, this is my preferred cold storage wallet right here, but you have to use it with a passphrase, which multiplies the security to an immense level. It would literally take a quantum computer that is tens of thousands of times more powerful than the most powerful computer that we have today, billions of years to crack this. And that's just one wallet. So if you use them properly, they are incredibly safe. But if you don't, not so much. So as you know, we've had an incredible run with XRP over about the last 40 days. The price jumped from right around the 58 cent level all the way up to about $2.90, kind of right in that range. And the chart looks absolutely incredible. Now this channel that it's created right here that it's been trading within, you can see the bottom here. There's these purple lines here represent liquidation candles. There's 4 of them. And before each breakout that we saw, there was a liquidation candle that came down and cleared out all of the sell side liquidity. It happened right here back in 2013 to 2014. It happened right here before the breakout in 2017. It happened right here in 2020 previous to the breakout. And it happened right here back in July, right before the breakout we're currently seeing. Now, one part of this that's very interesting that a lot of people don't realize is we actually have ourselves an internal volume imbalance represented by this yellow line right here. And that's extremely important. And I'll get back to that in a second. Now, you can see here that when this first breakout happened, there's basically 4 layers to this. There's quarters. So this top green line here represents the first quarter moving up to this. So that's a quarter, that's half, 3/4, and full. And then it gives you a little bit of space right here, which is basically your sell zone and your buy zone. So if you're lucky enough to buy in this extreme zone, you're definitely going to make some money moving forward. Now you can see that when we first started trading XRP, it moved up to the 3/4, fell down to the quarter, moved to the half, eventually falling back to the baseline. Then when the breakout happened in 2020, it went through the quarter all the way up to 3/4, fell back between the half and the 3/4 mark, traded all the way up to the 100th percentile, fell back all the way to the quarter mark, traded back up to the half, back through the quarter, and back to the baseline to the breakout we're currently seeing. Now, if we follow this same recipe that we followed in the breakout in 2017, which we are doing, won't be identical, but it will be similar. These are the prices represented. You can see each time this price went up, it hit the yellow line in the middle. On this breakout, on this breakout, on this breakout, and we have yet to hit that line yet, but I do believe we will hit it. Now, odds are if we're having a breakout that's similar to the 2017 breakout, odds are we're at least going to come up to the yellow line, but there's a good chance we'll come up to the white line. And if we get really, really lucky, we'll come up here to the 100th percentile. But I wouldn't count on that, but it could happen. So if we come up to this yellow line at the 50% mark, the price would be approximately $9.71. If we come up above this to the 3/4 mark, the price would be approximately $38. And if we come up to the 100 percentile, the price of XRP would be right around $200, which is an extremity, but it very well could happen under the right circumstances. Now, I think that this channel we've created right here is going to give us a lot of information moving forward, especially since we now have about 10 years worth of data to pack inside of this channel. It's always traded within this channel, and odds are it's going to continue that same trend that we've seen, stair-stepping up gradually. The green line here represents the high for each set. This is hard to see unless you zoom in on it really good. But this is something that a lot of people don't realize, they don't pick up on. During the run in 2017, when we topped out on these two candles, it formed an internal volume imbalance right here, marked out in the yellow. Now when you look at this, especially on this last set that we've been on for the last 4 years, it doesn't really look like much from here other than it acted as resistance here in 2020, and we are now above it here on this latest breakout. But if you go to the 4-hour chart, and this is the price action where we're currently trading, we came up, sent this all-time high, and we've been retracing, testing this lower level and the upper range ever since. A lot of people have been panic selling. A lot of people have been calling it, saying that the run is over, that the move in XRP is done. And I honestly, nobody knows for sure, but I don't believe that's the case. I think we're going to see much higher prices. But what you can see is that internal volume imbalance being transferred all the way over to the current price action on the 4-hour chart, now that we've passed through it, has actually been acting as our support line. That's why these are so important. And as a day trader, I look for these constantly, especially when they've been making big moves upwards, because I've seen this a million times. The price breaks through this, and once it gets through it in a substantial way, it acts as support. Now, we've tested this 1, 2, 3 times, and I do believe what we're going to see is a move upwards out of this descending wedge pattern, and we're at a minimum going to test this high right here at around the 272 level, and potentially even this top here at around the 290, 292 level. And if we break that and hold, we are going to set a new all-time high. Now, there's a lot of retail traders that are shorting the heck out of this right now. And even though I do think there's going to be a retracement at some point, it doesn't look like we're going to see it right now. And originally I predicted that it would happen sometime in mid-December to late December, but I don't think it's going to happen for a while, even though we have now created the fair value gap that is required on the XRP breakout chart. We can expect to see an incredible move in the month of May. Now, I think we're going to see big moves in between here, up and down, but sometime in the month of May, I think there's going to be a move that is going to blow people's minds. Nobody knows the exact time, but what we're seeing right here on the charts, this is not a bearish formation. This is bullish as all hell. This internal volume imbalance acting as a support line makes it 10 times more bullish than just the descending wedge pattern. It has wicked through here. It came through here and back up for a second time, and it got rejected for a third time. We've got 2 on top, 3 on bottom. Now we're going to make a test for these upper ranges. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned and keep your eye open for the video tomorrow regarding the XRP breakout chart. It's one that you're not going to want to miss. Have a great day.